Are they all currently set to the top right one? Do I change them? I think they all have the same symbols.
It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it used for? These icons on the wheel are the same as the constellations I have on my hand.
It seems like I can't press the other ones. Did we, like, activate an elevator?
It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it used for? It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it used for?
The second time I clicked on it, it seemed to once again sound like she was writing. The spots on my hand have been rearranged to form some sort of symbols. Is it the exact one that I'm pressing? Yes. So I can currently press the one that's on my hand. Does that mean I can change the one on my hand to be the other ones, and then I can press those buttons? I can see how you'd get this symbol. Like, that's the middle here, so like this to there would be from starting here, then around to here. And then this part is this part. This part is just here. This part is all the way down to here. It's like this clearly can fit on this grid. And this one should fit on the grid. I could probably make this one work. I think it's like I think that's where that one goes. This one's a little harder. Or maybe not. It's just that you can't recognize a hexagon, a pentagon in the middle, so it's hard to mix out. I think the pentagon's right here. So it's like this to here, but then zip to here, then down to here. That's the bottom half. Then the top half is like here, here, there, there. Yeah, okay. So I can see how you'd make all these on this thing. Need to figure out how to draw them or something? The stone boat carried me through a subterranean river that flows into the sea. The night was strangely clear, and a full moon was shining weirdly in a starry sky. Again, this island doesn't seem to obey the laws of physics. I got off at a dock on some sort of large beach where the sanctuary is. I found another of Harry's campsites, if you could call it a campsite. There was one tent on each side of the beach. I found a circular stone with a fish head with its mouth open. When I put my hand inside it, after a moment of intense pain, the stains on my hand rearranged themselves to form a peculiar pattern. Cass seems to be losing her mind. I'd rather not think about how the two of them got along here. Or didn't get along. The device to access the inner sanctuary is only activated with blood. Blood like mine. Harry, please tell me you didn't do what I think you did. Harry, tell me you didn't inject yourself with black ooze, please. Tell me that you didn't do something that stupid. There's a gun on the floor with no bullets, and a trail of blood. Oh no. What happened here? I don't understand. My God. There was a fight between Harry and Cass, and from what I've seen, it was really brutal. Harry has never been a violent man, but I hope he's okay. The altar left no room for doubt. I had to use that strange dagger I've been carrying with me ever since I received it in that package. After my blood touched the altar, the main door of the temple opened. Ever since you received that package. That's how this game started, huh? So Harry succeeded. Harry wanted Cass to go take the dagger to me. But I think Harry ended up murdering Cass. So I think Harry transformed and then had to find a way to mail the dagger to me in a package because he couldn't bring it himself. So he must have succeeded. Hopefully the implication is still just that Frank died because he didn't do this part of the ritual. Like the blood just starts a ticking clock for you dying. I keep pressing the wrong buttons to leave each menu. Oh right, the doctor is the one that... Right, I was misremembering something. The doctor is the one that went mad from the blood. The, Frank was stabbed by a likely poisoned blade. Okay, I was thinking about it, I'm like, I hope they didn't just... Because they seem to specifically include Frank and some other characters because they're trying to illustrate certain things in the narrative and kind of tell a more modern story, and I was like, did they accidentally recreate the kind of tropes that Lovecraft uses? But I was mixing up characters a little bit because the doctor was the one that got splattered by the blood and went mad and turned into a fish person. Wait, what the what happened back then? So Frank was stabbed by the knife, but there was no particular implication of coming in contact with the blood at all. So he was just stabbed, and then it was either an infected wound or a poisoned wound, because it was explicitly set up that the doctor had poison. So the doctor probably just poisoned Frank, although it partly interpreted as maybe he was trying to do the ritual on Frank or something, like he was compulsed to use the ritual knife, but maybe he was just trying to poison somebody. But it does really seem implied that the doctor became one of them also. Because they tied him to a post as he was changing, and then the fish people came out and got him in the middle of the night, most likely, and dragged him off. And there's all those inhuman prints. So he probably transformed. I was trying to think, like, did he do the ritual on himself with a knife and transform? But I don't think he did. So I was wondering if there was a plot hole, like how did he magically do the ritual if you have to come here to do that? But I don't think he did. I think he was going mad from the ooze. But the ooze, like they knew that he was ready essentially to become one of them, so they probably kidnapped him and brought him here and finished the ritual on him. And so he probably is a fish person now. That's probably what happened to him. So why haven't they come for me? So I'm guessing I open each of these doors by doing each of these patterns. So is this like such a specific shape that I can like... it's hard to like look at all right. Okay. So like it's like this. Like this and then like that. It's hard to keep it all straight. Fuck. I don't think you can make this one. Maybe you can make... Yeah, I can probably make... There's probably one of them that can be made of this symbol. And then maybe in each chamber the symbol on my hand changes. So looking at this kind of crazy sharp angle is not in here. So I don't think I can make that one. So let's ignore that one, ignore that one. These two might be possible. Yeah, this one. If you cut it in half right here, it's just this symbol twice. And it's oriented from here, like you can tell from the big blobs that this is the direction that the drawing is in. So the long part is here and the long part is here. We actually want to turn this one back on, because it seems like the long part is the direction that it renders from. Okay, now we're cooking. That's some excellent line of sight for seeing the payoff. Columns. Whoa. This is a whole zone, huh?
They took them to a throne room. That was the final step in the ritual. What an odd structure, riddled with nooks and crannies and endless stairways.
Columns. We haven't moved columns for a while. There was that one zone with the shipwreck where I went from not knowing about the columns moving to having the dawning realization that it's like Zerg creep, but then actually never came up again for a while. Oh. Weird. The top of the stairs make you float a little bit. Then you drop down afterwards. Huh.
Maybe it only hurts the first time.
Ha 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 ha. No.
The second also hurts.
So now I can press two buttons. Surely I also go down here and solve this puzzle, right?
When I arrived on this island, I felt like I was trespassing. But now, I feel like this is where I belong.
What? I don't go off this point of no return drop? Maybe I have to complete the entire constellation puzzle first? Oh, it's after that door. That's pretty funny that you could totally just drop off this ledge and do this puzzle, but it's like, no, you gotta solve that door first. You don't want to do it out of order now, do ya? Did I see that right? It looks like the art on the wall is on the basalt column right here, which is very odd. Was the basalt column there first and then they drew the mural and they ran out of space, so they just kind of awkwardly turned 90 degrees and finished drawing their legs on the basalt column? For that matter, why is the basalt column or whatever like clipping through the art? And who made these upside down stairs? Like some kind of asshole. It is totally like this entire city was chaotically constructed by like nanomachines that just kind of kept going and going. Okay, so let's turn these off and start over. So now I can make this little pattern. We'll do most of my solving via the notebook and then try to implement it in person. The notebook's really useful for that stuff. They put all the mechanics on one page. Which helps you figure out what the fuck you're gonna do here. I'm gonna say the top left one, because that's the same Y shape, and then you just put a C there and a C there and find the right spots to do it. I'm pretty sure the Y shape starts here, right? Like that's good. So we need the C to come off this left arm like this. Does this do that? Nope. Also, you can only do one per piece, so you can't do two. Okay. Well, this is in the direction of where I want the C to be, so this must be the right one, I guess. And then you, maybe? That's another excellent camera angle for seeing the results of what you've done. They have a little bit of a tough job, which is that you have a... It is a situation where you could be standing in any number of locations, because you can input the answer in any order. You'd almost want her to like take a step back or something so she can see it. Because they made the point of having the camera lock onto the thing, but then it's behind, it's completely obscured. Ooh, can I solve my question? Or answer my question? Here we go. The real answer is that like many posters in video games, it floats away from the board. Oh, you can see how much is floating away from the board. It's like clearly like 6 inches away from the background that it's supposed to be in front of. That's weird. I feel like that wasn't the case on other ones, or maybe I just didn't get close enough to them.
I think I can feel the agony of the slaves, their suffering, and the effects of their transformation. It's horrifying.
A horrifying transformation. And yet you insist that you're like at peace with it. You're like, it's the best I've ever felt, and this is great.
Black and white figures.
Is this like a Miss Frizzle, like laser deflecting puzzle? It totally is, isn't it? Where's the activation? Oh. Gotcha. I thought there was going to be a laser between them. But instead there's these series of pillars and the columns generate between them.
Good doggies, or dragons, whatever you are.
The dragon's howl, or whatever that he wrote. The gargoyles. These move the white ones? Does that give me white columns? Barely. Uh-oh. Huh. No, I clicked on this one, not that one. The white ones don't go very far, apparently. So they're labeled the black pillar and the white pillar, so you know which one you're moving right now. How am I gonna get across this room? Like, ideally it feels like I'd rotate that one, right? But then how did I get back here? If I point that one over there, can I get anything? It looks like it would end there regardless. I think these two might even have to meet in the middle in order for me to get across here, huh? Maybe not. Maybe I have to go that way. I keep wanting to go across the middle of the room, but I don't think that's really an option. Nope, they meet in the middle. So I have to get all the way over there to activate the white. But this is how I'd get over there. Okay. Oh, god damn it. This weird... I just made so much work for myself. You have to click really slowly and really carefully because there's a huge hitbox for each of them. And they only rotate in one direction, so you have to do the whole thing again. So that's probably the only useful orientation for that one. And that one. But this one needs to be rotated by coming back. So I'll set the white ones up for the path for after that, as best as I can see from here. This one's pretty useless in that position, so let's switch to there. That should connect to there. Oh yeah. Wow, that connected that. That should connect both of those. Hey, we got it. Made me work a little more for this one, huh?
Again? Seriously?
She's never, I mean, I guess she hasn't. So I can forgive her. I was about to say, like, someone's never played a video game in their life. 4 doors, each with a clear puzzle solution. It's like, okay, so I'm gonna have to do this at least 4 more times. Just gonna have to keep jamming these constellations to my hand. I'm like, oh yeah, right. Isn't she from like 1830? Or was it 1930? Shit, I think it was 1930. A long time ago. Definitely older than video games by like 60 years, at least. Depending on which date it was. Let's try to reset this. Okay. Oh, God. How do I make sense of this? What a strange little zigzag shape. So we've already done the top left and the bottom right, right? So we can do the top right and the bottom left. And it probably features the new shape. I mean, it's like guaranteed. These are getting hard to look at. In particular, this is such a tiny little divot. I think the only parts of the screen that look like that are these little things. But when does that kind of angle happen? Let's actually press it just to see it, to see if it looks weirdly different. From here. Yeah, it is one of those little divots. So it's tempting to interpret this as being something that would wrap around the middle, but no, it touches against the middle a bit. I don't see that tiny little, this tiny little thing on any of these things though. I'm guessing it's this one, because this one always kind of looked like it was like a loosely interpreted mess. So let's just go up against that. This is the middle pentagon. Pentagon. Pentagram is with has a star in it, right? So I've noticed that this part, it bounces around, it goes along the edge of one side and then bounces off. So that happens here. Let's maybe just try to put that part in, and fuck, I meant to undo it. And maybe when I see that, the rest will kind of fall into place a bit. Is this the correct side? No. The part where it touches against it is way off to the left. So I think it'll be that one. Because here's the middle, so it goes do. So okay. So I think this is still not working. Because it goes like D. Like it goes across this and doesn't make this marking. And how do I make this little divot here? What happens if they contradict each other? Do they undo each other? No, we established at the beginning that they just overlap with no conflict. This shape doesn't look like anything to me. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? These are getting hard to visualize. It makes me kind of want to just like draw these on like grid paper or something and just move them around myself. But I would need to have like several copies, and they'd all have to be perfectly proportioned so that they don't fuck up. But it's like just like trying to solve it by hand with movable pieces would almost be easier. I could put these images in like an image editing software, I suppose, and drag them around and rotate them. Kind of a pain though. So we're trying to solve this one and this one. So let's maybe go back to this one because it's kind of simpler. Is this one just 2 cups? Is it just 2 cups? Was this part of the game non-linear and I could solve 2 different puzzles in whatever order I felt like? I think this one's just 2 cups. Yeah. So the symbol I just got wasn't necessary to open the next door. It might be necessary to open the scary door. We'll see, but yeah, the first 2 symbols open 3 doors. Unexpectedly. Maybe that one's just a waste of time, or maybe it's used for some sort of later thing.
This place is like a labyrinth. They were submerged in black ichor.
Submerged. Yeah, see, it's probably technically in front of it and slightly floating, but it's not nearly as apparent here. I think that one room just kind of had a janky billboard where the text, all the stuff was floating in front of it, and also the pillar was clipping through it, and it was just like a weird, that was just kind of a weird mess. There's the portals. So that'll be the final chamber. The presentation's really good in this game, generally. There's just like periodic gaps you can spot.
I don't feel the slightest hint of confusion. On the contrary, I feel my mind is more focused than ever.
Now we're back outside.
Oh, come on. One more time. Ow, that hurt! Again.
So this was technically the second easiest one to do, because it was just 2 cups. So the first 2... Also, by the way, this is, once again, a way to get into the temple without murdering people or going through crazy rituals, is you just gotta scale this wall, and you're inside. That keeps happening. It's kind of funny to me. This is one of the only times that Harry has actually done the ritual correctly, or the way of getting in, and it's damning. Yeah, there's a 5th symbol behind the last one. That'll probably be how we input this nightmare over here. No. I think that's that, maybe. Maybe when I have all of them, it'll draw the lines so I can connect what that's supposed to look like better, because that probably is doable on this, actually. So now, yep, we have the sharp angle now, so now we can deal with that. So pretty clearly there's a sharp angle up here. There's another one down here. And then this one's probably just the Y. Huh.
All the doors are open, but where is the constellation I need to open the throne room?
It's funny, these are actually really easy. These are really, really easy until I made the mistake of thinking you could use this for anything. This nightmare. That thing was just wasting my time. It wasn't in any of the puzzle solutions. It must come up in the final one. When you have all of them.
Another one of those gates. I have to get into the water again. I can feel the torment of the thousands of slaves who perished here.
It feels like a little conflicty how she keeps talking about how she feels completely at ease and more alive than ever and everything's totally fine. And this place is so peaceful and non-threatening. But also she feels the torment of the thousands of slaves that have died at the altar of this place. And it's like, this is some fucking conflicting feelings you're holding at once. I feel like that feeling would be pretty dominating. So did Harry have to solve this part of the puzzle without being able to turn into a fish person? Like, I guess he just had to swim, didn't he? I didn't really do anything fishy here. But if this is the ritual to turn people into fish people, why does it feature already needing to be a fish to get through it? Because the gates, I'm confused.
Again? Seriously?
Yes. Basic pattern recognition, come on. Yeah, we didn't do much more than a little swim. Yeah, I wonder if that big complicated puzzle... Huh. So, two of these you just walk up to, one of them you just swim to, and then the last one has a puzzle, but I did that one second. I wonder if it was meant to be last? But no, that wasn't hard to solve. It just stands out as like... You definitely would think there'd be an escalation to it, but... It's just kind of randomly one of them has a puzzle and the other three don't. Huh. Maybe they intended more in each one, but then maybe they just kind of ran out of development or something, and they're like, you would just walk over and get it. That's good enough. Alright, so let's deactivate these again so I can tell what I'm looking at and figure out how to do the final one. The big bad finale. So this isn't
An eye and a star. Look at the stars, maybe.
No, I don't think we're gonna get much here. I think I have to figure it out from here. But I can make it out pretty well. That's a cup and that's a Y, for starters. Which should correspond with these locations. And surely this one comes up at some point, because otherwise why did it exist? I think it's in the top right. That seems right. And then, yeah, this is the big lazy one. And there's only one remaining spot.
The door to the sanctuary is open. It's time to find out what's waiting for me inside.
I'm not sure if it's better or worse if your husband's in there or not in there.